Hey everyone, so I wanted to play with some new Too Faced products and other things that I'd been sent, and I couldn't wait, so I've done kind of a get ready with me tutorial kind of thing. So I've already done my eyebrows and I've just applied some tape, and then I'm just, as always, using MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot just to prime my lids. I'm then going in with the Too Faced chocolate bar. Oh, this is a semi-sweet one, yeah. And I'm going in with peanut butter, which is really similar shade to Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek. It's just a little bit lighter, and it took all the willpower in the world for me not to want to eat this. I could have sat there and eaten this whole thing. It smells so good. So I'm just applying this in the crease slightly higher than I actually normally would. And then I'm going in with a tiny little detailer brush and the shade Truffled, and I'm just going to cut my crease. I couldn't decide between a double wing and a cut crease, so I thought, fuck it, I'll do both. So I'm just applying this, as you can see, in the crease and kind of winging out the edge a little bit. If you just use the brush to place it, and then you can kind of flick it upwards. And then I go in with a blending brush, like not a blending brush even, a pencil brush with the same colour, and just go over it, and then a bit more of peanut butter and go over that. So it's kind of like you want to get the gradient right, so there's a lot of blending and switching brushes and that kind of thing. Then going in with a black, which is called Licorice, again on that pencil brush. I love this pencil brush, it's Sedona Lace, and I am just applying this right, as you can see. I'm not really putting it in the crease at all. I'm just joining up the lash line up to where I cut the crease, and then again using a bit of peanut butter just to blend that out. Then I'm going in with Butter Pecan, which is the bottom shimmery one, and I'm just packing this anywhere that hasn't got shadow on already. I'm then using this Bourjois clubbing, trying to read it, liner clubbing. I'm not that impressed with this, if I'm honest. I just find it kind of goes, it doesn't crumble, but it kind of creases, and it's almost like it's stretched out and then it's gone back. It just dries really weird. If you've used it, you'll probably know what I mean, but I also get that with the Rimmel Glam Eyes one, and they look exactly the same, like the application, everything seems exactly the same, and they both seem to do that on me. So I'm not that impressed with it. And then a quick coat of Benefit Roller Lash, which you'll know if you've watched my haul, is one of my new favourite mascaras. I love it, but I am going to go in with lashes because it's quite a dramatic look, so I felt I needed to. And I'm using the Red Cherry 427 lashes, which are slightly spikier than I normally go for, but I just felt like it went well with this look, and I'm into spiky lashes at the moment. Then my new favourite primer, which is the Benefit That Gal Primer, and I'm just, kicking a chair, applying this all over my face, and then using my Estee Lauder Double Wear in Tawny, which is 3W1. I always use a beauty blender to apply this just because my skin is dry, and I feel like if I apply it with a brush it looks cakey and heavy and it just doesn't sit nicely on my skin. So if you have dry skin and you want to try out this foundation, definitely get a sample before you splurge, but try it with a wet sponge rather than using a brush. I'm then going in with the MAC's Pro Longwear Concealer. I haven't busted this out in ages. This is in NC20, and I'm just doing the norm under the eye, triangle thingamabob, and then blending it out with my beauty blender. Also, I had just applied tan. I have my guide colour on if it looks a little bit weird. Then going in with the Too Faced Selfie Palette, and I'm using the yellow shade to set my under eye concealer, and you can probably see most of my first impressions in my face. I was pretty happy with that. And then I'm just using a black eyeshadow on an angled brush, this one is from Crown, to kind of map out where I'm going to do the double wing, and then going over with the Bourjois liner that I used just to go over it a bit more and make it a bit more precise. And then whatever's left on the pencil brush that had the black on, I'm blending that underneath the eyes, and of course mascara on the lower lashes. I'm also just applying a bit of Rimmel Scandalising Nude on the waterline just to brighten it a bit. I didn't want to do white because I just felt it would be a bit too harsh with everything else going on. And then I'm using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, I think this is the dark one, bronzer on my knockoff NARS ITA brush. And I love this. For some reason I thought it might be a bit orange, but oh my god, look at that. And why my tan looks so much more patchy on this camera that I swear it does in real life, unless people are lying to me and tell me it looks good when it doesn't. And then using my Makeup Revolution blush, I think this is in Hot. These blushes are amazing, I always go on about them, but you only need a tiny bit. And then, as normal, my Mary Luminizer by The Balm to highlight, and a Real Techniques contour brush. And then this look would be perfect with a nude, but I did want to try this Too Faced Melted Metal lipstick. Liquid lipstick, melted lipstick, whatever they're called. I will put the name of it down below, but basically it's the hot pink one. I was slightly skeptical about the colours of these because they're metallic, but they're not like crazy, like foiled lips or anything. I think they look okay. So this is the finished look.